Okay, let's try yet again. I'll get this right eventually. So, how are you all doing, and how has your day been? My name is Rochelle of Gladys and Maude, and I thought I'd just, for about the fourth time now this afternoon, I thought I'd share with you my latest thrift store, or second-hand store as we call it, haul. I managed to get out today briefly, which I rarely do these days, unless it's to call and just visit my friend up the road. But I managed to get out today and visit a shop I haven't been to before, and I scored some lovely little items for my collection that I thought you might like to see. So this here that you can see, even though it's not very well in focus, this is my double lavender that I bought myself for my birthday. I've never seen anything so pretty. I love lavender at the best of times, but this has the most amazing double flowers, and I have it sitting up on my bench at the moment because it's so pretty and I like to look at it. I'll just move these things out of the way. That's my new underwear that arrived this morning. Okay, I do have a cold drink here that I'm sipping on because I'm very thirsty. So excuse me as I sit. My best press is sitting here. I'll move that out of the way. Now, to start with, today I wanted to pop down the lake to see if I could find some vintage fabric, or at least something that I could use in these. I want to start making some of Beck inspired, Beck of So Be curated. I'd like to try and start making some of her needle books, or housewives. They're pronounced all different ways. So I wanted to try and find some fabric to start one of those. I found maybe one piece, but I found quite a few other things that I couldn't leave there as well. This is one of them. So you can see here it just fits in the screen this time. This is as you can see, a patchwork ruler. These things are usually quite expensive here, especially this brand. It's a 24-inch by 6.5 inch. It comes with its own, now all the years I've bought these, I've never had one come in its own bag like this before, protective bag. It's a heavy plastic or a vinyl, it's not fabric or anything. And it cost me all of $3.50. So I could not leave it there. I mean, I do have one, but at that price, it had to come home with me. I also got, and bear with me for a moment, I've got things piled up everywhere to show you, so they're within reach. I did get another wool blanket, again from Waverley Mills. And this green is not a colour, there's a big stain here, that I would normally pick up. But after watching how Beck has put together her needle books, I'm looking at things in a new light, and I thought this green, here we go, here's the tag, Waverley Mills, pure lamb's wool, made in Australia. I believe, I spoke the other day, the lovely purple and aqua one that I got was another Waverley Mills, and I couldn't remember where they were from. They're a Tasmanian mill, and they've been manufacturing for, I can't remember if it was 130 or 180 years. So it's a well-known name, even though I hadn't seen them before. I think this is a double bed size. There are a couple of holes in it, but I want to cut it up anyway. So that's going to go for a soak and a wash. Soak in some Vanish or something, and then a wash in some wool wash later. Then I found 2 of these. Now, the colour is absolutely gorgeous. These are, remember the old mohair rugs that your grandfather or your grandparents used to have in the car? There was always my family did anyway, they always had a beautiful mohair knee rug in the car. Now this is 100% mohair. It is, I had it open earlier. As I said, this is about the 4th time I've attempted this video, and hopefully this time I'll get it bloody right. So this is one of my favourite colours, purples, mauves, lilacs. This is more of an aubergine nearly, but I found 2 of them. They're Morgan and Finch, pure mohair, made in Australia. They had to come home with me. They will go in my, I'm doing up my bedroom. Just for myself, I decided recently I'd like to have a nice, pretty bedroom, which I don't currently have. Not sure what I'm going to do, but 2 of these came home with me today. They were $6, for goodness sake. Pure mohair. So either they'll go in my new bedroom or they'll go in my new car when I eventually get a new car. But that's not it. There's more. I'm just going to have a drink. So, I also got, this is just a pillowcase. Nothing special about it. It's just a regular standard pillowcase. But I thought it was pretty, and it's my favourite colours. So that will go for a wash, and I'll stick it in my linen press to use on my bed. Then I got this little crochet doily. Then, now this one isn't one that I would normally pick up, but again, after watching how Beck constructs her needle books and her swifts, this one had to come home with me. I thought it was something that could be used. So that's pretty cool. It's an applique with a little bit of embroidery on it. These are the kinds of things that, all cotton made in China, these are the kinds of things that my uncle used to bring home from his trips to Hong Kong's in the 70s and 80s. Here is a hand knitted doily. Now, I don't often see hand knitted doilies, but if I do, I try to bring them home because they're just so pretty. They're usually quite delicate and they're not overly common. Not sure what I'll use this for. You can see it's a bit misshapen. So I'll probably give it a wash, a press and a starch, pin it out. There's a couple of stains on it, but that one may be of some use. It's just a pretty little doily. Then I got this. Now this has got a couple of stains, but this is that tape lace again with the needle work in it. Now this thing, I measured it earlier, it's about 1.2 meters long. It's obviously a table runner of some kind. It needs to be pressed and starched and washed. That's another one that came home with me. It's actually the longest one I've seen. I've got a whole tablecloth made of this that I had. It's a bit different actually. The one I've got is all hand, I mean this is hand done too, but the big tablecloth I've got, I had it, took it to a lace expert some years ago and she told me it was priceless. So this, there is a table runner in this, and then it says there's 6 placemats. There's actually 8 matching placemats. So I got all that as well. Very pretty, all needle lace. Beautiful work. Someone's done all this by hand. There's a lot of work there. Then I got this beautiful number. Now this is linen. Beautiful linen with a slub in it. I love this kind of linen. And it's all embroidered. This is the kind of piece that I will really struggle to cut up because it's just gorgeous. Look at that. all cross stitched, all done by hand. Beautiful. I think I measured this and it's about 1.1 meters squared. 1.1, 1.2, maybe 1.5. I did measure it earlier. So there's that one. Then I found this lovely little linen tray cloth. It's still folded in half. So we've got some withdrawn thread work around the corners and then this hand embroidery in each corner. Now that's a lot softer in real life. Through the monitor it looks a bit harsh, a bit darker. So this is a pretty soft pink. That's just a lemon. That's more of a like a cornflower blue. It's not as dark as it's showing up on there. And then have a look at the back, how neat that work is. Isn't it exquisite? So that's a beautiful piece of linen that came home with me again. I'm starting to think with the amount that I've been collecting and add to what I already have here, which is innumerable, I might have to start making up some kits for people. So this is another piece that I would not normally pick up. I would never go for yellow. But again, after watching Beck's tutorials on YouTube, I'm looking at these things very differently. Now this is a large, this is the back of this piece. This is a pansy it's all hand embroidered. Almost as immaculate on the back than it is at the front. But there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 matching smaller pansies that go with this. Look at that. And look at that stitching, all done by hand. So they would be fabulous in Beck style needle books. Then I found this. This is just a piece, a cut-off piece of blanketing, and I thought that would be good in needle books too. There's a couple of little holes here and there, but yeah, it's just a piece that's been cut up. So that came home with me. Then I found these more knitted doilies. Fancy coming home with that many knitted doilies in one day. There's a crocheted edge around the outside from here, but the rest of that's knitted. There's 2 in there. They're overlapped, as you should be able to see. And I found this linen doily with fans on it. Feathery fans. Bit more than what I'd normally pay for doilies, but I think with a wash and a starch this will come up quite nicely. Bit rough on the back compared to some, but still a lovely piece of hand worked linen. I'll hold off on that one for a minute. Then I found, oh gosh, I don't know why I bought this. It tickled my fancy a bit. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. Piece of tapestry, modern tapestry with bloody pineapples on it. Pineapples. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. It might be 50 centimetres by 40 centimetres, that piece. But yes, no idea why I brought that home. Then I found this. These are the upholstery samples. I used to have bags of these, and I either gave them away or donated them years ago. But I thought these might be handy to do like Fleur Woods inspired stitching. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it would be usable or not. I'm not sure if I will use it. So these might end up in kits as well. I don't know. Another remnant piece that may be usable for the same thing. And I found this. I thought this might be usable for a similar sort of Fleur Woods inspired, you know, just this bit maybe. Don't know. Don't know what I'll use this for. It's almost like Ada cloth, but it's printed on it. Don't know about that one, but that one came home as well. This is pretty much the piece of fabric I was searching for. It's not a large piece. It reminds me of sackcloth. It is Sanderson. It's an older piece of fabric. It almost looks like a linen. It's a cotton. It's a cotton with a slub through it. But it's absolutely stunning. It's the exact type of fabric that I was hoping to find. And the odds of actually finding any is quite remarkable. So it's only, that's the whole piece, like that long from there to there. So what's that, maybe 50, 60 centimetres, I don't know. And then it's folded in half. So absolutely beautiful piece of fabric, and I'm just really chuffed with that one because that's exactly what I wanted. And I found this little number that I thought might be good for something. Someone's hand stitched all this. Feels like it's been done in cotton to me. Not stranded cotton, almost like a pearl 8 or something. It's quite soft though. But there are a couple of spots missing. There's one here that is missing a black stitch. There's a couple of stitches in here. You can see down here there's some black missing, and then some black and green up in here. So whether I can finish this off as green in here, there's just the odd stitch here and there. Whether I can actually just finish it off, I don't know. I mean, I could finish it off, but it won't look the same. I won't be able to match that thread. Not sure what I'll do with that, but that one's come home with me. And then this last piece is one of my favourite pieces for the day. It is, I bought it thinking that I would use it to make a huswife or a needle book, but I don't know, someone's put so much work into this. Look at that. That's all it is. It's just this square mat. That's it. It's absolutely beautiful. It's all needle turned applique. There's some, obviously this is, well, no, it's all been appliqued. I thought these stars had been quilted. This is quilted. It's stitched here. So we've got the stitch line. You can see the stitch lines through here, through here. So this is essentially 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 pieces that have been pieced together, and then it's all needle turned applique. It's absolutely stunning. The colours, the ink has run, and there are some stains on it. So I did buy this thinking that I would cut it up. I don't know if I'm going to be able to come at doing that because it's beautiful, but I mean, what else am I going to use it for? Potentially I could put it on. That's something else I didn't tell you. I also bought home today a very heavy, sturdy pine bedside table. It is all solid pine. It is very large. It has 2 drawers, and they're big enough that you could put your filing in them. It's a huge chested bedside table, but it's stunning, and because I want to make my bedroom look nice, it will match very well with my bed. So it came home with me as well. So potentially I could sit that on top of my new bedside table. It's almost exactly the correct size too, would you believe? Or, you know, there'd be a border edge around it, but anyway. So that's it. That's my unexpected haul of the day, of probably the week, potentially even the month. As I said, I don't get out often, but I was so excited by these finds. I did not expect to find anything today because my local store that I used to frequent regularly is now so overpriced. It's ridiculous. There was a last time I was down there, I've done a video on it on TikTok actually. I videoed some of the items. There was a little pottery canister, which 3 years ago I would have bought there for no more than $3. They had $80 on it. It's not a brand. It's nothing special. It's just a handmade pottery canister. The furniture was, you know, like the 1950s veneer wardrobes with the 2 doors either side, potentially. Not massive. Now, you used to pick them up down there for 20 bucks. They've got minimum $800 on those now. They're not in great condition. This is at the Salvo's store, you know, like, I know they've got to pay their rent, but come on. The prices are getting absolutely ludicrous in some of these stores. But anyway, that was my haul for the day. I hope you enjoyed seeing my finds, and I hope it may have inspired you to go and check out your local store too. See if you can find anything worth coming home that you could then use in something you can create too. Now that I've got all these lovely things, it's time for me to start putting some creations together. So once again, thanks for joining me.